Hello, it's me. When the time of the month is just around the corner and you just run out of chocolate. Why? You guys tell I'm a little hyper? I'm just a little hyper. Just a little bit. Hi friends! Thank you so much for joining me today for another video. It's really good to be back. This break was a bit long. I mean, I just took a week break. What am I talking about? I'm crazy. But I really did miss you guys, and I'm really excited to bring you another video for all you drugstore makeup lovers. So today I'm just creating a full face of glam, beautiful makeup using only drugstore products. I've always been a lover of all things drugstore, and makeup these days have been so good at the drugstore. So I figured I'm gonna do this video using only drugstore products and prove that you can create a flawless and beautiful makeup look using only drugstore products. So if you guys can count how many times I said drugstore products, and if you want to know how I got this look, then just keep on watching. The first order of business is the handy dandy primer. I'm gonna use the number 7 Airbrush Away Radiance Boosting Primer. Number 7 is a brand that you can find at Walgreens, I know for a fact. At Target though, like I've been looking for the last couple times I went to Target and I couldn't really find number 7 around, so I don't think they carry number 7 anymore. So I'm just like dotting this all over, and I like this because it gives me a really nice glow, and especially in this time of year I need a little glow. Okay, next I'm gonna put on foundation. I decided I'm just gonna do foundation before eyes today, just kind of mood that I'm in. I'm gonna use a number 7 Lift and Luminate foundation in the shade Warm Beige, and this is kind of like light to medium coverage, and if you don't really like that, and if you don't like SPF 15, which this foundation has, then you can go for the alternative Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This in my shade is Bronze Beige, and this has really decent coverage and it looks pretty flawless on the skin, and it doesn't have SPF, so it's really good probably for photos, which, you know, has the photo focus in the name, so it kind of would make sense, right? Yeah, if you guys want a less, you know, natural alternative to this, then you can use this. But because I like my skin to look a little more like skin, I'm gonna just go ahead and use the number 7 foundation. Just gonna add 2 pumps and dot it all over my face. To blend out this mess, I'm gonna take my Real Techniques Expert face brush. This is also a drugstore product, and just use it to buff it into my skin for a nice coverage and nice finish as well. If you see like brush marks or breaststroke, if you see any brush strokes or, you know, like brush marks, then just pat over it and it just goes away. Do you guys see how like shiny and glowy I look? That primer and this foundation, just like the two of them coupled together, give you like a really dewy finish like this. So if you don't like it to be this dewy, then go for this foundation, or you can just not use that radiant boosting primer and just use like a regular drugstore primer. Okay, so now that I have my foundation on, I'm gonna go ahead and use concealer. I'm using the Wet n Wild concealer in the shade light or medium beige. It's like light / medium beige, and I'm just gonna apply this to highlight my face and to make sure that everything just looks a little more flawless. With this light to medium coverage foundation, if you want a little more coverage, it's nice to add, you know, just concealer here and there instead of caking on another layer. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And while I'm putting on the concealer, I'm also going to use it as a primer for my eyes. So I'm going to just apply it to my lids. If you watched my husband does my voiceover video, then you would know that this is called tribal paint. I forgot to put some under my nose. I get some redness right under my nose, so I like to put concealer there too. So just taking that same Real Techniques brush, just blend it in. Okay, so now it's time to set the entire face using some powder. So I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Powder in the shade Warm Beige. And I'm taking my not expert face brush. This is my powder brush by Real Techniques. It's really big and fluffy. So I'm just going to swirl it all around this powder and set my face. Don't over powder your face if you want to keep that dewiness. Just kind of, you know, concentrate it towards the T-zone and just areas that you are prone to get oily, and just maybe lightly set the rest of the face, just really lightly. And just taking like a smaller brush, I'm gonna set my eyes because the powder brush is a little hard to, you know, set my eyes with. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up the rest of my face later, and I'm gonna continue working on my eyes, and I am going to use my all-time favorite drugstore eyeshadow palettes, and these are the Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral and Eye on Neutral Shimmer palettes. This is an all matte palette, and this is an all shimmer palette, and as you can see, they are quite loved because they're really dirty and not that pretty looking. But I really do love these, and I feel like these have like shades that every neutral girl, or every neutral lover rather, would love to have in their collection. So I'm gonna go ahead and use these today because these can do no wrong. Let's just put the transition color on because that's what I usually like to do. And I'm gonna take my Eye on Neutral Matte palette. I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's like pretty well loved, but it's like this classic really pretty transition colors. I'm gonna use that. This is such a pretty transition shade. It looks so good on my skin tone, and it blends really, really easily. Like, I love that it blends so easily. I don't need to fight with it. Alright, so now that I have my transition down, I think I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the Eye on Neutral Shimmer palette right here. And I'm gonna use like a really pretty bronzy golden shade like right here. This one. Wait. Is that what I want to use? Yes, that is what I want to use. I'm gonna use this shade all over my lid and just give myself a really pretty shimmery smoky eye. Taking a flat e.l.f. concealer brush. I like using just flat synthetic brushes to use on shimmer shades, just to, you know, pack it onto the eye. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Watch out for fallout though. I have fallout like right there. Let's get this out of here. Okay, it's gone. Okay, so now I know it looks really messy, but the whole point is we're gonna blend it all out and blend all the harsh lines out anyways. I'm gonna use that same brush I used for my transition shade and just blend away the harsh edges. Okay, so the eye look is looking pretty cute right now, but I'm gonna add a little extra something by adding this beautiful, almost like orangey gold color onto the center of my lids because it's just so pretty that I just can't contain myself, and I don't think I can go on any further without actually applying this shade onto my lids. So I'm gonna do that with another flat synthetic brush, just applying it to the center of my lids to give it that pop. Now I'm just taking that other darker bronzy shade that I used earlier and just kind of blending out where this orangey gold shade meets this darker bronzy shade. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on my brows. I'm gonna use my NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This was my go-to eyebrow pencil before I discovered Benefit Goof Proof, which is now my favorite, and I don't think I can use anything else for now. But before then, I used to use this. This was my jam, and this is in the shade Espresso because I have pretty dark hair. Just filling in my brows. Okay, so now that I filled in my brows, I'm gonna use my Pixie Clear Brow Gel. It looks really gross, so don't look at it. But I've been using this like pretty much every day, and I love just brushing through my brows to give it a more natural, like fuller look. Okay, so now I can highlight my brow bone, and I'm gonna use my Sonia Kashuk, the Eye on Neutral Shimmer palette, and I'm gonna use this champagne-y, really pretty shimmery shade, and I will just apply that right here. Little goes a long way, so I don't want to use just too much, but like just enough to give it a bit of a highlight. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna highlight my inner corners as well. Now let's line my eyes. I'm gonna use my Physicians Formula liquid eyeliner. Of course, I'm gonna give myself a wing because that's just how I do. So now I'm gonna apply a pair of Drugstore false lashes. These are Dummy Wispies by Ardell. These used to be all the rage, and I'm just gonna pop these on using my DUP lash glue. I would totally use a drugstore, like an American drugstore, not Japanese drugstore lash glue, but I just realized that I threw away my duo eyelash adhesive that I usually have around with me. So I can't use it in this video, but if you want a decent drugstore lash glue, I think the duo, lash adhesive is a pretty decent one that's used by like a lot of people. Yeah, I would recommend that, but I'm just gonna pop these on and I'll be right back. Okay, the lashes are on. I do want to say though, if lashes, like false lashes, aren't your thing, don't feel pressured to wear them. You don't need them, and I would recommend a drugstore mascara for you. This has been my all-time favorite mascara ever since I've tried it first. It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara in the blackest black, because that's just how I like my mascaras, and it's waterproof, so it holds the curls really well, and it just separates your lashes, makes them really, really dark. The only fallback is that it's very hard to remove, but that also means that your mascaras won't go down your face throughout the day. It will stay up there. Okay, so now that I've just popped on my lashes, I'm just gonna go ahead and work on the lower lash line a little bit, and I'm gonna use that Eye on Neutral palette again by Sonia Kashuk, and just add, just a little bit more of darkness on the lower lash line. Of course, you can just totally skip this step if you're not a lower lash line kind of girl, but because I'm going for a more smoky or sultry look, I think I'm gonna add it. So I'm gonna use this transition shade that I used earlier and just pop it on like the lower lash line, just maybe the outer half of it. Now I think it's time to work on the rest of the face. I'm gonna start out by bronzing my face. Just gonna take the butter bronzer. Smells very nice. And then just bronze my face and give it more shape. And I'm gonna skip blush because I'm not a huge blush kind of girl, and if you've been with me from the beginning, you know this. So I'm gonna skip straight to highlight. And I know this is gonna sound really crazy, but I haven't used this Maybelline Master Chrome highlight yet. I know! I don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it out in this video because it's drugstore and it kind of matches with my whole like golden bronzy eyes that I have going on. So let's just give this a go and see how I like it. And I know it's a little risky, but we're risky on this channel. Alright, here we go. I'm just gonna take my cute little highlighting brush that I got. Oh, this is really gold. I don't know. I think it's actually really pretty, you guys. First impression, I like it so far. My camera didn't record, but basically I applied my lipstick. It's the Maybelline Matte Mystic lipstick in the shade Touch of Spice, and it's a really pretty shade that I think just complements like every eye look. So I applied this just straight from the bullet, and then if I have like any sort of jagged lines, because a lipstick bullet doesn't provide you with the best precision, I'm taking a lip liner from Revlon, actually. Nope, not Revlon, Rimmel. It's the Rimmel Exaggerate Full Color Lip Liner in the shade Epic. I'm just gonna use this lip liner to correct my lip shape. And if you just want to give yourself even more of a glow and a little more natural look, then I recommend using a setting spray of some sort. I know Milani has a really good like long-lasting setting spray, but for me, I want a little more hydration in my setting spray, so I'm gonna use this. It's just it's not even like a setting spray, it's like a hydrating mist. This liquid paired with like powder kind of makes it look way more natural and beautiful on your skin without having that like cakey look. So I'm just gonna spray this on my face. Oh, this smells so good. Oh, by the way, this is the Pixie Hydrating Milky Mist with hyaluronic acid and black oat. So it smells so good and it feels really nice on your skin. Alright guys, so that is it for my full face of glam beautiful look using only drugstore products. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please join the Breath of Beauty family. If you haven't already, you know you already belong here. So I welcome you with open arms, and you are a beauty fam girly now. With all of that said, remember you guys, you are beautiful, amazing, marvelous, no matter what anybody else tries to tell you. And please remember that I'm always rooting for you, and I'm so grateful that we are friends. Alright guys, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in my next one. Bye!